Okay, good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about tree traversal, pre-order and post-order traversal. Okay, so last class we discussed about in-order traversal and solved many problems, isn't it? And this pre-order, post-order traversal is very similar to that of your in-order traversal. Just you have to see the hierarchy where you have to change hierarchy. That's all. The others are common. Let's enter into this pre-order traversal first. So first pre-order traversal. So here always you remember that in your pre-order traversal you give preference to your root node. Okay. So always you have to print your root node first. That is your parent node be printed first. So that rule should be followed in your pre-order traversal. And next from your root node where you have to travel. From if you are in a root node means from that root node where you have to do. You have to go to your left subtree. Okay. Suppose if left subtree is over means then you have to move on to your right subtree. So this is a procedure you have to follow. So in this diagram, so first one you are in this root node. Okay, so first preference you have to give to your root node. So second preference is to your left subtree and third preference is right subtree. So this is the rule you have to follow in your pre-order traversal. So let's see this one. So it's very simple. Okay, so that is if you see your parent node, then that should be printed first. So always you all know that whenever a tree it's created means you will be in your root node, isn't it? Let us consider your initial stage, you are in your root node. According to this pre-order traversal, you have to print the root node first, isn't it? So what happens? First I am going to print the root node, that is A will be printed. Next, from A where I have to travel the left subtree, that is the left subtree. So this is the left subtree, isn't it? This is the left subtree of the root node, this A. So I have to, after completing the root node, I have to go for your left subtree because visiting a root node, then next, what is the second step? You have to visit your left subtree. When you have taken your left subtree, what happens? You mark this one as your root node. Then you have to visit or you have to print that root node. Okay. So now B is your root node. From that, if you have your left subtree, then you have to travel your left subtree. Okay. And the process goes on like this till you reach your left, that is a child null. You have to repeat this process. If that one gets over means, then after that, left is over means then you have to go to your right side. Okay, so this process has to be repeated like this. So first one you have to visit your root node, next one left subtree, next one you have to visit your right subtree. So this is the procedure for pre-order traversal. So next let us see this one. So what you are doing in your first step? So you are in a root node. Then you have to categorize your left subtree and right subtree, isn't it? So this is your left subtree, this is your right subtree. Which one should be visited first? You have to give your preference to root node. So C, L, R, isn't it? So first preference you have to give preference to your root node. Second preference to your left subtree and third preference you have to give it to your left subtree. Third preference you have to give it to your right subtree. So this is the hierarchy you have to follow. So after categorizing your left subtree and right subtree, you have to arrange in this way CLR. So what happens here? So this is C and this is L and this is R. Okay, now what you have to do? You have to print this A and you have to consider the left subtree for your further iteration. So after that, now you are taking this one means, so this A is over. Now you have this particular left subtree. Okay. So what you will do this with this left subtree, again you have to consider this should be considered as a new tree, like new tree. So now you are in this particular node, D node. Okay. So here according to this pre-order traversal, you have to categorize first C, L, R, isn't it? So first you will get the C. Next one, what is the left of B? So left of B root node is this one, DHL. And similarly, right subtree is this one, isn't it? So left of this one is you will get this DHI, and right you will get this E. Okay, so you have to categorize this one. So after that you have to do this one. Okay, left is subtree this like this. So you getting D. That is first you have to take your root node, that is your D. Okay, next one you have to take H. Next one you have to take I. Okay, next you will be having a R. It means that you're giving preference to only the root node. Can you see this one? So parent node gets printed first rather than printing their children. Okay, so here hierarchy, here the preference is given to your parent node. Similarly, after completing your left subtree, you have to give the preference to your right subtree. So this is your right subtree of your root node, main root node. That is your A root node. This is the right subtree of your A root node. So now, similarly, it is also categorized into left. This particular right subtree is categorized into left subtree and right subtree. Again, you have to do it for like this: C, L, R. Okay, so finally you'll be getting an answer like this. Okay, can you follow this one? It's very, very simple. Remember this, always you have to give preference to your root node. Let's see, suppose if any tree is given to you, means how will you find out a pre-order? Okay, so for this pre-order, so how we are going to print the elements? Let us take this example. So from this, so first one, you are in a root node A. Initially be in a root node A. So therefore what happens? First A is printed. So from this A, where you have to go, always you remember you are in one position. That one is complete, means you have to give move to your left subtree. Okay, so from here I am going to move to your left subtree. So here in the left subtree means now this is my root node. So if this is a root node, means definitely I am going to print that root node, that is a B. Okay, so when I am in a B, means from B I have to again I have to see only the left subtree, isn't it? I have to travel along here left subtree like this. Now I am in D. So if it is a D, means this is the root node. Okay, so D is a root node for a H and I. So I'm going to print this D. Okay, so after this what happens? So again I have to move to your left subtree, that is a left child. So here again I have your H. So now this one gets printed, H gets printed. So after this what happens means I don't have any other node. Okay, so here I don't have any other node. So that is, after this I have to stop doing the iteration. Okay, within this I will stop doing the iteration. Now I have to reverse back to your previous node. Okay, so now what happens? This particular D node is printed. Okay, that is root is printed, child is left child is also printed, means then what I have to do? Child, that is your root node is printed, left is over. Next, where you have to go? You have to go to your right side, isn't it? So after printing your H, I have to print your I. So this is the hierarchy you have to follow. So after printing, that is your D, H, I. Okay, now you printed a B, D, H, I. This part is over. Now what happens? The whole thing is over, means then it means that you have to print, you have to travel along your right side, isn't it? So you have to move your right side, that is your E. Now you have to print your E. Okay, so always remember that your parent node gets printed. If you take this example, so when you are printing H, that is the H parents will be printed before itself. When you want to print this H, means you have to ensure that your parent is printed. So what is the parent of this H node? D is the parent of H node, isn't it? So it gets printed first. If I want to print this D, means first you have to ensure that its parents is printed. Yes, its parent is printed. So this is the thing you have to follow for your pre-order traversal. And let us assume that left subtree is over. Okay, within this E, left subtree is over. So root node is over, left subtree is over, means then what you have to do? You have to travel this right subtree, isn't it? So again this right subtree, now you are in the C node. So C node means what you have to do? According to this pre-order traversal, you have to print your root node, isn't it? Root instance, C is the current root node. So now this you are going to print C. So after printing C, where you have to go? Obviously, you have a two branches. Okay, when you have a two branches, means you have to give preference to left subtree. So I am going to travel along your left subtree. So when I go to your left subtree, here I have one node. Okay, this is not a leaf node, this is a parent node. Therefore, I am going to print that parent node F. or I can call it as an internal node. Okay, so it is printed. Then from F, I have to go to your left side, but what happens here? I don't have any child over here. Therefore, I'm going to, if it is the left is over, that is a child is root node is over, left is over means then you have to see to your right subtree. In your right side, you have J, isn't it? Therefore, you have to print this J and see that the whole after completing in the root node, you completed your left side. Now you have to see your right subtree. So what are the elements which is present in your right subtree? You have G, isn't it? So you have to go to your G. From G, what you have to do? You have to travel along your left side. Again, you have K. So after completing this K, after that you don't have any other node. Within this, you stop doing your iteration. Okay. So this is the procedure for your pre-order traversal. Yes, can you follow this one? So simply I can do it like this. Okay, suppose if any problem is given to you means simply you mark all your parent node, that is A. From A you have to go to your B. From B you have to go to your D. From D you have to go to H. If all the left side is over means then you have to move on to your right side, that is I. Next one, suppose all the left side is over means again you have to move to your right, isn't it? So again here left side is over, therefore I'm going to move on to your right. So here I'm going to mark this C. From C, F. Next one, J. So similarly this left part gets over. Next I'm going to move on to your right, that is G and K. So this is how you have to perform a traversal in your pre-order traversal. So if you have any doubt in this, if it is okay means please put it in a chat so that I can move on to your next topic. Yes, is it okay? Can you follow this one? So if it is okay means let us solve one problem. Okay, let us solve two problems and you're going to take this first problem. Okay, so take down this first problem. So take down this first problem, okay, and write your answer in your chat. Okay, you are going to do your pre-order traversal. Okay, do your pre-order traversal and tell me the answer for this problem. Yes. Yes. What about others? Tulasi Mani, Harshini, Sutika, Amadavashni. Yes, correct. This is the right answer. Saranya, Tamil Arasi. Yes, these are the correct answers. Okay. So, what is the answer of this one? So, first you have to, uh, 1 second. So, first you have to print this A. Okay. So, A is printed. So, after printing A, you are in this side. You have two branches. Obviously, you have to give preference to B. Sorry, the left subtree. So, I'm going to visit this B. So, from B, I don't have left side, therefore no other go. I have to go to your right side. So I'm going to print this D. So D is printed. From D, I have only one branch. Okay, therefore I'm going to print this E. From E, again I have only one branch. Okay, so I'm going to give preference to your right side. So F. So when all the left is apart, root and left is up is over means I have to give preference to your right side. So I will be getting C. Next one is H. Next is G. So this is the answer for your first problem. Are you getting this answer? Check this answer. Okay. So next one, let us do your second problem. Do the second problem in your notebook and post your answer. Yes, Shakti Sri. Yes, so many students are giving your answers. Good, ma'am. So let's see what answer you will get. So first, I am going to. I am in a root node, right? So what I will do first, I will print this root node, that is here 8. Next one, from 8, I will move on to your left subtree. Okay. So when I'm moving to your left subtree, I'm going to print this 5. Then from 5, I have to move on to your left subtree again. Okay, so 9. So after completing this 9, where I have to go, I have to move to here this side, that is your right side of this one. So after 8 5 9, I should print this 7. Okay, so from 7, what happens, I have to move it to here 1. So I'll be printing 1. Then from 1, I have to move it to here this right subtree, that is 12. Then after this 12, I have to print this 2, isn't it? Then 2. Then after completing this 2, I have to move into here right side of here this parent node, that is 4. Next one is after printing this 4, you have to print the parent node, that is 11. Next, after doing this 11, you have to print this left subtree, that is 3. Okay. So this is the answer. Are you getting this answer? 8 5 9 7 1 12 2 4 11 13. Yes, so many got this answer. Good. Okay, so within this, I hope that you all follow this pre-order traversal. Okay, so next let us move on to your post-order traversal. So let's see what happens in your post-order traversal. Actually, post-order traversal, it's opposite that of your pre-order traversal. So pre-order traversal, we visited our root node first, isn't it? But in the case of a post-order traversal, you have to visit your root at the last. But the thing is that you have to travel your left subtree first. So remember this one, in your pre-order traversal, children are given a preference first rather than that of your parent node. Okay. In your post-order traversal, sorry, in your pre-order traversal, root node is given preference. But in your post-order traversal, children, that is a leaf nodes are given preference first. That too, left child is given preference rather than that of your right child. It means that left child gets printed first. Next one is right child. Next, you have to go to your parent child. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I think you can solve this problem, post order traversal problem, by your own. So let's see how what answer you will get. Okay, can you assume, can you try this one, post order traversal? Anyone try this post order traversal? What will be the answer for this one? It is the opposite that of your pre-order traversal. Okay, and first you have to print your children rather than that of your root. That is, after printing the children only, you have to print your parent. First you have to print left, next right child, next you have to print your root. So you try this problem. Let me see what answer you are getting. Don't worry, I will explain this concept. Okay, let me see how many students can solve this one. Yes, Pavitra, Shakti Shri. Yes. Yes, good. It's good, good, good. Okay. So it means that thing you understood this concept. Okay. So it means that you have to print this root element at last. Are you getting this root at the last, ma'am? So if you see this one, you are going to print this A at the last. And for a previous example, first you have to print this, that is your root node at the first. Okay. So that is the thing you have to remember. Root node should be printed in your first in your pre-order traversal, and post-order traversal root node should be printed at the last. It means that first you have to print H. You have to see your left subtree. While traveling to your left subtree, again you have to give preference to left child first. So H to be printed. Next, you have to print your right child. You should not move into a root node. Okay, parent node. First, after printing your left child, right child only, you have to print your parent node. Okay, so after completing completing your whole left child, that is a left subtree. Next you want to move on to your right child. Okay, that is H I D. When it is completed means then you have to print this E. When this is also completed means then you can print this B. When the whole thing gets completed means next you have to print the right side. After completing the right side only you have to print your A. So this is a hierarchy you have to follow. Okay. So first I am going to print this H I D. Next one is E D. After this I have to print J. Next one is F. Okay. So after this, what do you have to do? You have to print your K. Next one is G. Next one you have to print your C, and next you have to print your A. That is from your lower to upwards. It's going like this. Okay. So this will be your answer. Let's see what happens. So how they are doing this one. So first what happens? Visiting your left subtree, visiting your right subtree. At last only you are going to visiting the root, isn't it? So you have to categorize your left subtree first. So next one is right subtree next. So here which is your hierarchy? First one is, this is your first thing you have to do. This is your second thing you have to do. Okay. Third thing, root will be considered as at the last. Okay. So this is the procedure you have to follow. So after categorizing your subtree, what you have to do? Again, you have to take your left, right, L, R, C. You have to split it like this. So in your exam, okay, if they are asked in your that is your 7 or 8 mark questions, means do your steps like this. Don't write straight away answers. Okay, so according to your that is your marks, you have to do your thing. So next one is, after doing that one, that is after doing this, you have to take your left subtree. So you take the left subtree. Next again you have to categorize your left subtree and right subtree. Then you will get the categorized, and after that you have to do L, R, C. So finally you'll be getting the answer like this. So now you have to do it for a right subtree, isn't it? So this is a left subtree, this is the right subtree of your main root, that is A. Okay, now after completing your L, you have to go for your right subtree. So when this right subtree is over means at last you are going to print this A. Yes. So this is the procedure. So this is a number they have marked. Okay. So how they are printed. So first they have printed H, second is printed I, and third is printed D, and fourth is printed E, fifth is B, and sixth one is printed J over here. Okay. Next one you have to print 7. So after printing 7, again you have to move on to your leaf node, that is K. Next you have to print G. Next one you have to print C. Next you have to print your L. Okay. So any doubt in this, ma? Post order traversal? Yes. So let us solve another problem. Okay. So you are going to solve this problem, post order traversal, and tell me the answer. What is the answer for this problem? So post order traversal means at last only you are going to print the root element. Yes. So what is the answer? First one, you give preference to the leaf node, isn't it? So in your low level, what is the element which is present? F. Okay, therefore you are going to print this F. Why you are not printing this E? This is a internal node or a parent node. Always parent node should be printed. Okay, only after printing their children. So first you have to print this F. Next one, you after printing this F only you have to print this E. So E is printed. Next one, after printing this E, suppose if children are over me, now I can print this D, because D is the internal node of this one, E and F, isn't it? So I have to print this D. So after printing this D, I have to move on to here that parent. What is the parent of D? That is B. Now I can print this B. So after printing this D, I should not print this A, because the parent node contains A contains the some elements in your left subtree, isn't it? So I have to move on to your left subtree. So in your left subtree, so after completing this B, what I have to do, I have to see the child node. Okay, so here I have only one child, and that is H. So after printing B, I have to print this H. So after this H, I have to print this G. Next, after printing this G, I have to print this. When this is over, left is over, right is over, I have to print this C. The C is also printed. At last one, I have to print the A. So this is the answer for your post order traversal. Okay. So I think you are getting this answer. Okay, you are can do this problems. Okay, and last traversal is, I think you follow this. Is it okay, ma'am? In order, pre order, post order traversal. Shall I move this level order traversal?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. So in your level order traversal means, okay, so level wise you are traveling. Okay, so if you see this in order, post order means depends upon their branches or depends upon their parent child node we used to travel. Okay, it depends upon LCR hierarchy. But in the case of your level order traversal, you have to travel depends upon your level. Okay, I think you know to do this one level. Always you will have a root node will be placed at your level 0 and your at the bottom leaf node will be placed at your level maximum level, isn't it? So this is how you have to split your level. So level 0. So level 1 you have DC and level 2 you have DEFG and level 3 you have HIJK. So how you have to do your traversal means, first you have to visit your A. Okay, now you all know that initially you will be in a position. So you are going to visit this A. So from A, always you remember that when you are in this one, you have to go to a zigzag manner. Okay, so zigzag procedure should be followed in your level order traversal. So from A, you are going to move your B. Okay, so B should be visited. So from B, what you have to do, you have to move your the same level. Okay, when you are in a 2, you have to see that whether other element are present. So if other element is present, means that is you have to print this C. So after this B, you have to print C. From C again you have to, when this level 1 gets over means you have to go to your next level 2. Okay, so in that you are having 4 elements. All the 4 elements to be printed in order. Okay, that is D, next one is E, next one is F, and last one is G. Okay, so after knowing that G is the last element in your level 2, then you have to move from G to next level 3. Okay, so in 3 first element is H, isn't it? So you have to print this H. Next one is, after this H, what is the next element? I. Okay, so I, next is J, other one is K. Okay, so this we call it as a level order traversal. So since we have only the 3 levels, okay, we are going to stop doing the iteration. Suppose if you have one more level 4 means, again you have to, from here you have to move it to your 4th level. So you have to move it to your 4th level. From 4th level, you have to print all the elements in this order. When you reach your other end, again you have to move to your next order 5. And this process should be repeated till you reach your final level. So this we call it as a level order traversal. I hope you follow this level order traversal. Okay, is it okay? And let's solve some problems. Okay, so I will take the implementation part of your in order, pre-order traversal in your next class. That is tomorrow class. Okay, so please note down the coding in your notebook. Tomorrow, okay, next class I'll be explaining how you can, that is how we are implementing that pre-order traversal in your C language. Okay, it's very simple coding, only 3-line coding. Using recursion, we are going to do the traversal. Okay, so in previous class itself, I said that when you want to create a 1 node or 2 nodes means easily you can create directly. Say suppose if I want to create n number of nodes means then I have to use the recursion concept. So this tree structure can also be called as a recursive data structure. Okay, I can call this as a recursive technique. It's used in your tree data structure. Okay, so if you see any type of tree data structure, they are implementing this recursive technique. So recursions plays a vital role. So next class I will explain how we are using the recursion and how this recursion exactly works. Okay, next one. So you have another 10 more minutes. I think you can solve some problems. Okay, and you do this level order traversal for this problem. I want you people to do in-order traversal, pre-order traversal, post-order traversal. Okay, in-order traversal. Next one is pre-order traversal. Next one is post-order traversal, and last one is level order traversal. So I want you people to do all these traversal. Okay, and let us check whether we are getting the answer. Yes, pre-order Venkata Sriram. Yes, post order is good. ACI. Yes, level order is HBEDFIGAC. Yes, I'm getting all the answers correct. And people check your answer also. So let me write this the answer. Okay, so what is the in-order traversal answer? So first, anyone completed in-order traversal? So what is the answer for in-order traversal? I think I didn't get answer for in-order traversal. So will be the answer for in-order traversal. In-order, yes, AICDH. Okay, let me please check your answer, ma. So you'll be getting, let us see what happens in an in-order traversal. You'll be getting A. Next one is, that is in order means first you have to preference to what happens in order. First is your left, next one is root, that is your current root node, next one is R, okay, LCR. So what happens here? A, I, C, next one is what you are going to do? Sorry. Sorry, so in your in-order traversal, okay, listen here. So you be in this part, okay. So what you have to do? You have to travel along your left subtree. So you should not print your this side, okay. Next, what you have to do? You have to move it to your left subtree. So again, what you have to? You have to move it to your left side. If you don't have left side, means you have to print this one. So first, in-order traversal, okay. So you'll be getting answer as D. Are you getting this answer as D? Yes, in-order traversal. Check your answer. You will not get A, ma. You will not get A. Because when you travel like this, what happens? After this, you don't have a left child. Okay, you don't have left child. If you don't have left child means you have to print your root node, isn't it? Then only you have to move it to your right subtree. What is the procedure of your in-order traversal? Left subtree, root node. Next one you have to go to your right subtree. After completing your root node only, you have to go to your right subtree. When this D is completed only, you have to move it to your right subtree. Am I correct? Yes, can you follow, Suganya? Yes. Yes. Okay, ma.
Yes.
So please change this one. Okay. So first one, what happens? You are in a root node. In order to traverse, you are in a root node. You are traveling along your left subtree. So one end you will be reaching this one. Suppose if you don't have your left subtree means, then what you have to do? You have to print this root. Okay. That is L. Next one, if you don't have L means left child means you have to print your root node, which is your root node D. So therefore you have to print your D. Next, after printing this D, next you have to go to your right subtree. In your right subtree, what you have to do? Have to print. Now you can print this A, I, C. Okay. So A, I, C. So after completing this whole thing, this is the left side. Okay. If left side is over means you can print your root node. That is your D I am going to print. If all the elements is completed on your left side means now I can print this H. Okay, after printing this D, I am going to print this H. Next, after that, I am going to move on to your right side, isn't it? So right side, now tell me which element you are going to be printing. So after this one, I will print. Yes? Yes, which one? Yeah, E, good. You are going to print E. Now you can follow, I think. Isn't it? Is it okay, ma'am? So now after printing E only, you have to move it to your right subtree. Okay, now you should not print F. Why? You have a left child.
Right.
Yes, you have to print your left child G. Next, you have to print your F. Are you getting this answer? See here, in order traversal, your root element will be in your middle. Suppose if you have write something, if you have any element means, then you can print this one. Yes? DAI, CB. Yes. Any doubt? Is my answer is correct? Yes? Yes, is it okay? Okay. So are you getting this answer, ma? Anyone? So please check this one. So after that is the in-order traversal. After printing your root node only, you have to print your right child. You have to go to your right subtree. That is after printing this E only, you have to move it to your right subtree. Okay. That and after printing a left subtree only, you have to print your root node. Okay. So first you have to give preference to your left subtree. Next, you have to give preference to your root node. Next, only you have to give preference to your right subtree. Yes. Okay. Next, can you do this pre-order? I think pre-order, post-order traversal. So many students got the right answer. Okay. I think you can do this pre-order, post-order properly. Okay. Let us see answer for this one. Yes. Check your answer. DAICBHEGF. This one will be the answer for your in-order traversal, and check your answer for pre-order and post-order traversal. Okay, verify your answer, and suppose if you have done anything wrong, means try to change that one. Okay. Yes. So the last problem. Okay, try to do this in-order traversal alone. I think you are clear in pre-order and post-order, I think so. Do only the in-order traversal and give me the answer. Let us see what answer you are getting. Do only in-order traversal alone. Shakti Sri, you will not get D first one. So D is the parent node. When you have to visit the parent node, when all the left subtree gets over, only you have to visit the parent node. Okay. Yes, the answer is KG. Check your Amrita Varshini answer. KGDL, not LM. KGDL HMBAEC. So this one will be your answer. So check your answer. KGDLHMBAEC. This one will be your answer. So first you are going to visit this K. Next one is G. Right side you don't have anything. Okay, so you cannot visit anything. So K, G. Next one D. After this is L. Okay, right side L, H, M. And if the whole thing gets over means then you can visit this B. If the left subtree is over means I can visit this A. I have to move on to a right subtree. When I can visit this C. When the left is over means I can visit this C. So I have to first visit this E. Next I have to visit this C. Okay, don't get confused. Yes. Okay. I think let's see our implementation part in our next class. Okay. So can you follow this one? Pre-order, post-order, traversal. Are you clear in this topic? Yes.